Namaskar all. I am your host Ashish Bhardwaj, a DPS Mathura Road alumnus, and I welcome you all to Alma Talks, a initiative of DPS Alumni Network. I am joined by my co-host Tanya Khanna.
Hello everyone, I am Tanya Khanna from DPS Mathura Road, batch of 2008. I am presently a strategy and a finance professional working in a IT firm in India.
Now I'll share my screen for a small presentation to introduce our guests. Today we have two esteemed guests from DPS Mathura Road, early 80 batches. My first guest is Mr. Vivek Saxena. He's from the 1981 batch. He did a schooling from DPS, and as he says, those were the golden days of my life. Great school, nice teachers, and fantastic friends. He joined Delhi University and thereafter IMT Ghaziabad, and then proceeded to gain his SCMP designation in Canada. He has worked in the best of the companies in India and abroad, which includes JK Synthetics, India Glycols, Pepsi, Microsoft, Oracle Corporation, and currently he's with Sulzer in Canada. He stays with his two lovely daughters and a caring wife in Edmonton, Canada. The entire family loves traveling and enjoy eating out. So welcome Vivekji. My second guest is Mr. Anil Khatri. He has shared this picture from his school days. He played hockey for school and Delhi State and was the games captain of the 1982 batch. Let me share some details about Anil. Just one sec. Anil went to US in 1990 for masters in electrical engineering, and thereafter he worked in Citibank Technology at Chennai for a few years before moving back to US in 1998. He has worked for a few technology companies and tried a few startups. He currently works for Cisco Systems, where he leads a team that develops and manages virtual storage software. Both his daughters are in information technology. His younger daughter is doing computer science major, and the older daughter is a cloud software engineer. He tries to visit India once in 2 years with family and loves trying different cuisines of food. He plays golf in his free time. I welcome you both to this 14th episode of Phir Bhi Dil Hai Hindustani. I will now invite Rajiv Soni to give a brief message on the concept behind Phir Bhi Dil Hai Hindustani.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So the Phir Bhi Dil Hai Hindustani concept is one where we look at the journeys of the DPS alumni uh, over the years that they have spent out of India, yet they maintain that their hearts are still Hindustani. Today at the 14th episode and here onwards, the team of Alma Talks has a surprise for the participants. The surprise is, I hope, in line with the talk show, and the team will share it at an appropriate time during the talk show today.
Thanks, Rajiv. With this, I'll start with my interview with both the participants. I'll start the question first with you, Vivek. Tell us something about your initial years in Canada.
The journey for me has fairly been, I would say, smooth compared to what we hear for most of the migrants. We immigrated to Canada in 2005. So that time we were in Africa. So from India we moved. Okay, I'll take a step back. We left India in 1998 and came to Africa. Then in 2005, we took immigration to Canada. So from Africa, we came to Canada. I was here for overnight or probably a day. It was Saturday morning that I reached, and then Sunday I went back. But I left my family here. They were here for 3 months, and the idea was to acquaint themselves with the Canadian conditions and understand how it is, what's the culture and whatnot. So and then get the paper stamp. That was the very basic idea, because the immigration gives some time frame within which one has to immigrate and then get the paper stamped. So that was it. So I went back, and then they were here for 3 months, and then they also joined me back in Africa. Next year were elections, and there were some riots and all. So that was the time I decided to move the family here in Canada. So 2006, 2006, we came back again. 2006 December, I left them here and I went back. And I was there in Africa for another 2 years, and then I joined my family in 2008 December.
Okay.
That's how it was. Reason was I was pretty happy there in Africa. In fact, all of us were happy. It's a royal life. It's great. It's great. You're the king of the place. You get all facilities, very affordable, expat status.
Right.
You don't have to spend anything. Everything is for free.
Okay.
And whatever you get is a saving, kind of that. Okay. So, or whatever you spend is, on gifts to someone. That was the whole thing. Otherwise, everything was taken care of.
Okay, so tell me here, Vivek, how did the family adjust to life in Canada?
Not very difficult though. Again, for them, kids were young.
Okay.
So my younger daughter was born in Africa. The elder one was born in India, but then she was pretty young when we left India. So the medium of instruction in Africa also was same English. In India also it was more or less, English, Hindi, both. Everybody speaks kind of. So for them, language was not main problem to settle is language, and then certain adjustments to food or other things. That was it. A good thing with us was that my wife's aunt was here. She is still here. So their family was here. So when I left my family here, they stayed with them for 3 months initially. So that gave an idea, that was a good start, I would say.
Okay, that's
so
wonderful.
It is, for many immigrants, that's not the situation when they come, it's kind of, they face the difficulty because we had to undergo some evaluations and the assessments, and they were based that it is called a point rating system. So when one gets evaluated, it was like we were faring very well there, and we thought that when we land in Canada, it would be a red carpet welcome kind of a thing, because that's how they project. It's immigration industry is, I would say, the second largest in Canada. So the second largest revenue earner, because whosoever comes would bring in at least $50,000 to $70,000. So that helps them. So it's a big industry.
So it was
they project it very well.
Smooth sail in your case is what I understand, and really good to hear that. So with that, I will now go over to Anil with the same question. Anil, how were your initial years in the US?
Yeah, so let's go back, and when I finished my master's, and I did go back to India. I worked for a few years, and then got married, and then we decided to move here in the US. So before, I was in the East Coast where I did my master's, and I was working there maybe for a year, and then went back. Then the next time when we came to the West Coast, and so you got to be here to see the difference between a culture which is in the East Coast compared to West Coast. So I was quite tuned to, like, it's very formal and that's the way you have to be in the West Coast, but it's very different. So once I came here with me and my wife came, we had our kids here. It wasn't that bad. Like where Vivek was saying, it was pretty similar. I came through a consulting company and worked for Hewlett-Packard and for the initial years, and then it's the standard way everyone was doing it. The immigration was pretty liberal that time. You could get your green cards and could get your citizenship. You need to stick to a company, and it was all getting through. So you don't have to pay anything. They took care of all the paperwork, all the lawyer fees and everything, and it just went through. They've been so as coming to the country, it wasn't that tough. Of course, everyone comes with 2 bags each. That's how you start, and then you build on it. You rent apartments, and then you buy a house, and then you move on. Only thing is that the country has its own ups and downs, right? So the way things work, so you got to get adjusted. Like when the first recession hits the country, then you're pretty scared of what's going to happen. But then it goes on and on. It's a cycle. You learn that it's a cycle. You got to figure out how you got to acclimatize yourself, and you got to figure out how you got to grow in this environment.
So
So that's
adjustment was not a problem per se. Initially, it
adjustment. Myself was initially when I came to do schooling. Yeah, that time it was difficult because there's only a certain amount of money you have to live. So that's a tough life. But then you
the
get used
second
to it.
phase.
You work. Yeah, you work in school. You get some scholarships. You get through. And Indians, at that time, it was not that difficult to do all this work. Now it's very tough because now the amount of money that college schools have, there are more students there. So there's more competition to get it. But yes, adjustment that way wasn't that tough in work. But once you settle down, yeah, things move on. We had our 2 daughters here. They started growing up here, and as Rajiv ji knows, this place is a mini India. That's how it is, especially the city where we stay. Now it's everywhere. The whole Bay Area has become like that.
Okay,
So
that's good to know.
so you don't miss the country except the family, of course. But everything else is here, and then you get adjusted. The children get adjusted, and life moves on. And now they've grown up, it becomes independent. Initially, yes, that's the difference is you got to do everything on your own, right? So taking care of the kids is a project here. It takes
So
time.
as a hostler, you were geared up for that anyways.
Oh, well, I don't know how much I was, but yes, I was slightly independent than a lot of people who come here, but you get used to it. And friends is a big thing here, right? Because family is not here. I don't have any family here. All my family is in India, in Delhi. So friends is a big thing. They are standing with you. They're helping you. If anything happens, they are with you. So it's been good till now. So touch wood, keeps moving on. That's what we want. And
Yeah.
what happens next?
So that was nice to hear. Vivek, can you tell us what are the 2 personality traits that you learned here in India and stood you in a good position when you migrated then?
One is, I would say, adaptability or acceptance, ready to accept the change, because whatever it is, one has to kind of, there would be a change that one would go across. And second is having hope and positivity, confidence in oneself.
I think that is something we get imbibed when you are there in school with so many activities and so many stuff.
Both these things were, yeah, they were imbibed, they were inculcated in school during the schooling. So yeah, I'm really proud to be an alumni of DPS. So yeah, it's a great
Wonderful.
institution.
Anil, how about you? What are the 2 personality traits that you learned when you were here in India and that actually stood you good when you just went abroad?
Yeah, so one thing that taught me in hostel is being quite independent. So that helped a lot coming here. So you stay away from family for months here. So you miss them, but slowly you get to work around it and move on. The way, and Devanga's here, the way the food comes there, the food we used to eat in hostel, and the type of food we got and the quality we got used to eating anything. And so anything that is cooked, we could eat it, and that helped out here. Well, you got to be careful what you eat first, but yes, there is a difference in the cuisine. There is a difference in food. There is a difference in the environment when you come here. So being from India, being from hostel, being from DPS, that independence that was there, that helped here to actually, the initial 1-2 years is tough when you're alone. But then you get used to it, because you got to learn how to cook. You got to learn how to balance between working in school and studying. So those things you don't need to do in India. You at that time you just study or you play. But coming here, those are the things you got to start picking up. And all this comes because we are very good in adapting. As we wherever we go, we adapt very well. And that helped out. That helped out a lot to adapt here, to stay here, and to get used to the environment and get used to the weather. The weather here is the first year is tough, because in the East Coast it's really cold. Here it's amazing weather. Here weather it's never cold. It's hardly cold here. So we got used to it. So all these things helped to come and settle here. So that's what I would say.
That's wonderful to hear. So, what do you think are the two main differences in working and living between the US and India?
So one thing is the work culture. Well, it's changed in India too. But when we came and we started working here, it's very casual here. You do your work and you focus on what you're doing, and you're done. You don't need to tell anyone. You get this project, you work on it, you do it, and you're done. You move on. You don't have to talk to 10 different people. You don't have to keep updating people. There's a difference. You're done, you go, and you forget. You don't have to worry about what's going to happen. And if it's a long project, you have to work weekends. You work weekends, they'll take care of you. That's how it is here. So that difference of work culture is there. You do your work. Everyone's very friendly. There's a very great team environment. People help you openly. You help them openly. What you learn, and they grow, and with them you grow. That culture has come in India now also. It's changed a lot, because we have an India team, so I see that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, at that time that was different. When I worked for a few years in India, that culture there was very different to the culture here. So that helped. They don't care what language you speak. Well, English you speak, of course, but what's your background? Work is everything here. You do the job. That's all they want. They'll keep you till they need you. That's how it is here. So that difference is there. So I think that's in a way you feel that, hey, why it is like that, but that's the way it is here, and it works. You get used to the environment. It just works out for you. So that's one thing I saw that's different. That it's very focused here. You do your thing, and then you just don't get onto what you get onto work. Just work, and just stay with your family. Try to balance your life here. So that's how it is here.
That's so true. So, Vivek, my next question is to you. What do you think are the two main differences while working in India and US, and while living in India and US? Sorry, Canada, my bad.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Canada, you can refer as US. It's it's kind of US, Canada, and Mexico are normally referred as North Americas, and there is a treaty between the three, so they are treated as kind of one that way, for be it work, be it trade, kind of that. So it's called NAFTA. The biggest thing, and as Anil has just put it, the biggest difference was the culture, working culture. There are systems here, specific systems to be followed, and so once one adapts to those systems, things are easy. They go on. People don't care when you work, how much you work. The work should be done. That's it. So that is what it is. It's not like India कि जब बॉस घुसा उससे पहले ऑफिस में होना चाहिए और जब बॉस जा रहा है उसके बाद ही छोड़ सकते हैं ऑफिस. That was, at least that's what I faced when I was there in India. people who were working 18, 20 hours.
Yeah.
I was myself working a lot, used to put in lots of hours. So that was one thing that I would see. So system being, having systems there at work, that's one. Number two is in India, a lot goes when you're going to get a job done, there has to be a weight put on. The job
Yeah.
gets done easily then. Otherwise,
You just sit on the.
they would always find a reason to delay. So please don't take it wrong. I face it. I'm part of it. Even now, when we go there, even to buy a simple thing like a ticket or whatever, you can do it online though. But there also, if you need somebody's assistance, here you go. So that is not the case. That is fortunately better, and that could be because of population. I think I would attribute both these things to the population in India, because there's so many people. How do you manage so many people? It's so difficult. So having systems also, and not everybody is the same. So training everyone on the systems, and then, but slowly, yeah, it is coming up with all the corporates there in India are having all that. So everything is good. That is right. Talking positive of India, if we see, they would not take anything to belittle them, I would say. Take an example of Tata's. He went to Britain, Jaguar, for some loan, and that was not offered to them, saying that no, we don't believe in Indian companies or whatever. Then you find Tata's buying Jaguar, total. Talk of Mittal, metals, Mittal Steel. So they are the largest in the world now. India is still world over. They rule the software world. So that's what it is. So Anil will, second me on that. I would say if we somehow develop one, unity or support to each other, and number two, confidence in ourselves, we'll be number one. The brains are excellent. Everybody is so intelligent. Working again, work culture or number of hours one puts in, or the sincerity, seriousness one puts in job. Terrific.
That way, if you see, the Bay Area is dominated by Indians and Chinese. So every company has you work with, or people, or even startups. Majority of the successful startups here are, the brain is Indians. The technology is, the CEO might be a non-Indian, but a lot of CEOs are Indians. But the CTO is always an Indian. Majority of the companies, CTOs are Indian.
Yeah.
If there is a VP of engineering, it's mostly an Indian. A product engineer, a product head, it's an Indian. And this whole thing works, like you say in India, safari chalti hai, right? Here it's reference. So you work with somebody, you prove yourself, and the person, you work with 10 people, you prove yourself. That those 10 people, of course, everyone's moving around, right? Either you stay or you move. If you go somewhere, they will contact you. They will ask you, come and work with us. Because one thing is you work hard, or you basically know a lot of things. The other thing is teamwork, and teamwork is much bigger than basically trying to learn something or something. Teamwork is huge. If teamwork works, everything will work. The company will succeed. Be it 20 people, be it 1,000 people. Teamwork is what it is, and that's what they look for here. If you work in the team, and you can grow with the team, and you can basically provide the results with the team, it's a success for everyone. That's how it is seen here.
That's good to know. Moving away from work, let's ask you something more personal and something more interesting. So let's talk about food. Is it traditional dal roti sabzi at home, or largely the cuisines of US or Canada?
Well, of course, is what you said first. It's dal, roti, sabzi, and of course some non-veg. That's there, but it's all Indian style. Okay. And so even the whole family, because of the pandemic, everyone's together. There's a lot of family time spent in cooking. I don't do much, I can say that, but the family does. But it's when the wife's cooking, it's all Indian, and that's what it is. There is very
So
less.
let's check the same with Vivek also. Dal roti sabzi.
I would say I would differ a little. I love Indian food and I value it. So whenever I get a chance, I take Indian food.
No, food at home.
At home, I always take. I love dal, so dal has to be there in the food. And I love Indian sweets, so after food there has to be something, some dessert or sweets has to be there. I love milk products, so burfi, milk cake.
So typical, I would say, Indian cuisine mostly.
Yeah. So at many places we don't get those here, but then I carry myself with me. That is it. My job involves a lot of travel. Canada, as such, is a big country,
right?
Largest country in the world, second largest country. So, and I take care of the whole of Canada. So there is a lot of travel involved, and so that necessitates that whatever is available, what you get is what you will have to eat, kind of thing. So fortunately, I don't have any restrictions on. I'm not 100% vegetarian, so whatever I get, I eat. I love different kinds of food, but what fulfills me or gives me a feeling of fulfillment is Indian food. Yes, I would say that is it. As far as the family is concerned, as far as kids are concerned, because I think they were brought up outside, and like any kid, they would love to have pasta or burgers and those kind of things. But then whatever is there at home, everybody shares and everybody eats. That's it.
Okay, so
there's a lot of cooking done at home, I would say. Sorry. And I cook myself also many times.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know, and I'm sure that will be an inspiration for a lot of us. So with that,
अगर घर में रहना है, बीवी को खुश रखना है, तो बनाना ही पड़ेगा. अभी है नहीं, बस बोल रहा हूँ.
You're saying too many things, Vivek ji. Just be careful. My family is listening, so I got to be.
So Anil ji, my next question is to you.
Sure.
How often do you travel to India?
Well, I try my best. Maybe once a year. That's off late. That's what I've been trying. This pandemic, I have not been able to travel. So it's actually once a year, usually to Delhi. That's what my whole family is, and my wife's from South, so I try to go there too whenever I can, and so it's all fun. It's once a year whenever I come there, and that's the way it is. It's before it used to be a long, like you had to take a break. There were some layovers. You had to do that when you had to fly from the West Coast. But now they're direct flights, so it makes it easier. It's like 16 hours direct flight. You're right in Delhi. So travel-wise, it has become much easier also.
And what do you do while you're here? I mean, what are the places do you see down south, maybe?
So Delhi is family, so it's all family time. So of late, been to Jaipur a couple of times. We went as a family too. So south, usually it's meeting that family there too, the other side of the family. So it's not that much visit. Places wise, we try to go. Like Jaipur, we went. Agra, we've been. So as a family, and of course, when the family goes, the priority is going to go and shop. So a lot of times gets spent by them in shopping. They love Indian clothes. They go to every store possible to buy. That's how it is. And for me, it's more it's my time to spend with my brother, his children, and of course the extended family who stays there, and my mom. Yes.
That's wonderful. How about you, Vivek ji? How often do you travel to India?
Whenever I get a chance, but it's normally once in a year or year and a half at least. It goes on that way.
And where do you stay while you are here? What do you do?
We have a home there. So we have a house, our family house in Janakpuri, Delhi. So it's a good house, good sized house. So whenever we go, we stay there. That is one. That's the base. But then I'm in the age group wherein my brothers, sisters, or my friends, their children are kind of marriageable age. So there is always a wedding kind of thing, or there are parties and there are some gatherings by the institute I did my MBA from, IMT. They host some gatherings, and then there are some talks, some events. I go there, and then we roam around. Lots of food. Wherever we get good food, we go. And then at least one new place we try to show our kids each time we go. So whether it is in Agra or it's Jaipur or down south or down east or north somewhere. North, we have seen a lot of there's a lot of similarity between I would say north of India and where we live here in Canada. Canada is cold. I'm wearing a sweater even now. So that is it. And the temperature here falls up to -45. This year it's expected to be -65, which is cooler than Mars. That's what I read in the news. So I don't know finally how would the winters be, but yeah, 8 months in a year there's snow.
And how do you celebrate your major festivals over there?
Oh, in Canada? Oh, there is no problem at all. When we talk of Diwali, people go to temples. So we have temples there. So we all gather at a temple, and then all the fireworks are done there at the temple. So people normally do not. It's not permitted to have fireworks at one's place. So people gather in a park, in a ground, and then they do it. So it's normally a place of worship. So temple. When we talk of Holi, again the same thing. So all the pujas are performed at the temple. Every Sunday there is langar kind of a thing, free meal.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So we all contribute, and people, then somebody, or what happens is somebody hosts it every week. So someone, would keep going on. Many times people even celebrate their functions there at the temple. So then whosoever comes, gets to eat. So I'm fond of, as I said, I'm fond of sweets. My basic motive to go to temple is, get prasad and some sweets. And obviously, meet friends and take blessings from God.
Definitely.
We are very fortunate. He has given us this time to do something. So kind of that.
That's wonderful. How about you, Anilji? How do you celebrate the major festivals over there?
So I'll start with Diwali. So Diwali is celebrated exactly the same way we celebrate in India. We got lights. We put lights all over. We got fireworks. We buy the fireworks. We get them in Indian stores and in Asian stores. Also, 4th of July is the Independence Day, and fireworks is legal in some of the cities. Actually, less 2 minutes away from our place, it's legal to burn fireworks on the streets on 4th of July. So we just buy them, keep them, and we have this get-togethers, and we burst crackers. We do our regular puja. Everyone's pretty used to it. It's the whole way, the way of doing it. It's everyone knows what to do. So kids have learned it, and we celebrate it pretty well. So it and of course food and all comes. The whole office is by 3:34 everyone's gone because it's a Diwali day. Nobody's there, and nobody's expected. Also, a lot of people don't even come. We all work from home on that day. Diwali is huge. Even everyone knows here what Diwali is, yeah? And a lot of non-Indians also try to. We have a Diwali party in the office, so everyone has that in the office, and there's good food also. That's given to everyone. And so Diwali is fun that way. Holi, it's not much. Usually because it's not very cold here, not the way Vivek has of -45. But yes, it can go up to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the maximum 45 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. That's cold for us. Usually weather is about like right now it's about 90 degrees Fahrenheit, 80 degrees. So if it goes to 100 degrees here, it rains. That's the way the weather is here. So Diwali, Holi, I mean, we don't usually go anywhere, but there's a lot of Holi festivals. The Holi starts here for a month in advance. A lot of Garba festivals are there. So we do also contribute in that. There's a foundation that we are active in it. So we do go for that. All these Karwa Chauths, all those happen. It's all in the temple. It all happens. We have a beautiful temple here. Every city, I would say every county has a beautiful temple. Just behind our house, there's a Gurdwara road. There's a huge Gurdwara we have. Any type of festival we have, everyone knows about it. And the ones we celebrate most is Diwali.
That's so wonderful to hear.
Thank you.
I would just add a small statement that the guys here, the local, those who are not Indians, they all love butter chicken and samosas. So yeah, Anil, probably you would have experienced the same. So
yes, butter
whenever
chicken
we get a chance, they would always like to have it. So we invite them, or we celebrate it wherever. We provide these two things, and they are fans.
Diwali is samosa chai in the office. We get it. And butter chicken, what you said, I think in Fremont, it's got a population of maybe 300,000, maybe 350. There are almost 30 to 40 restaurants and Indian restaurants, and Pakistani food is very similar to our food, and Indian food, north or south. You get every type of cuisine here, and most of these restaurants, butter chicken is I think very popular.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now have rapid fire round, which comprises questions that are required to be answered intuitively. 10 questions in around 2.5 minutes, and a score between the participants will yield a winner or a runner-up.
So both winner and the runner-up gets a prize. Yes, it's a prize. And the prize is a bouquet of flowers worth 500 and 700 each under your name to your loved one here in India. Yes, mere Bharat mein. Let your loved one be pleasantly surprised. Just email us the address and we'll do the rest. Are we ready, Anil ji?
Bilkul ji, we're ready.
Are we ready, Vivek ji? Okay, so let us begin.
Vivek, I'll start with you. I would request you to answer the questions as quickly as possible. You may want to pass the question if you are not sure. Starting the stopwatch now. So your classroom number in class 12.
12C.
Classroom number 104, 105.
103.
103. Okay. Your English teacher's first name in 12th class.
Pass.
Okay. How many marks you scored in your 12th board exam? Marks, not percentage.
539.
Okay. Then my next question is one rule you follow in your career or workplace.
Just go ahead.
Okay. And a goal that you are proud you achieved in your career or workplace.
Gold?
Goal.
Whatever I thought I want to be, I got it.
Okay. The best thing about fashion is?
We own it.
Okay. A health shot you swear by? What was
Come
that?
again?
A health shot you swear by?
Health?
Health shot. A health drink.
Drink?
Yeah.
T.
T. Okay. Money or fame?
Fame.
Okay. First thing you do upon waking up?
Love.
As in, love
Love.
myself.
Yeah.
Spreading love.
Okay. My
Spreading love. Yeah.
next question is, age determines the mind or mind determines the age?
Mind determines the age.
So mind determines the age in your case. Okay. That's pretty good. We have almost come to an end of this round with you. In less than 2 minutes, you have answered 9 questions. Over to you, Tanya, now.
Okay, so my rapid fire is with you, Anil. Shall we
And
begin?
sure.
All right. Your classroom number in 11th class.
I don't remember. I don't remember. Sorry. You can ask me about my boarding Himalaya house number, where it was 36, but I don't remember what was there in school.
That will do. Okay. What is the first name of your Hindi teacher in the last class that you studied Hindi?
Wow. Nah, I don't remember. Sorry.
How many total marks you secured in your 12th board exams?
It was 500 something. I'll have to check. I don't know. I don't remember the exact number.
Okay. So on a scale of 0 to 5, rate your personal work-life balance.
I would say 3 to 4.
Okay. So in one sentence, a recent accomplishment at your workplace.
Oh, I was able to deliver a deadline much before than what everyone was talking about, and I could do it in record time with my team. That was a big accomplishment for us.
I think that's huge. Okay, one thing the pandemic has taught you.
It's basically get. It's more to stay with the family. I would say it's together, all under one roof, staying together, and being able to basically stay as cordial as possible. I would say.
Okay, so the next question is a health shot that you swear by.
Morning tea is one that I really swear by. I need that to
The
wake up.
best one. Okay, big party or a small gathering.
Small gathering, of course. Yes.
The last thing you do before turning in for night.
Of course, check my emails and maybe watch the news, the night news, and that's about it.
Okay, age determines the mind or mind determines the age.
Of course, it's the mind that determines the age. It's all in your mind.
Totally. Okay, so with that, we conclude the rapid fire now. Before we go on to the next question,
The score is 8 questions answered by Anil.
Thank you.
Okay. So I'll now go over to the next question, Anil. Please give us 2 instances where your dil is still Hindustani.
Of course, we all speak Hindi. That will not change. That's our. We speak English a lot here as the way it is. But Hindi is very common. That's one thing. Secondly, is it's the food. It's the chai. It's the food that will never change.
The
So
butter
all this.
chicken and the naan.
Yeah, well, that's not every day. You can't have it, but of course, that's one of the delicacies that won't change. So these
Okay.
things will stay the way it is. And of course, Hindi channels, watching the IPL and watching the Hindi news with all the noise that happens, which is of late been very high. And it's a lot of good stuff that cannot go away from your
So you
from your
can
heart.
take an Indian out of India, but you can't take India out of an Indian.
That is exactly right. That is what it is.
Perfect. And same goes for DPS as well.
Of course.
Okay, so we'll go over to Vivek and ask him the same question. Vivek, what are the two instances where your Dil is still Hindustani?
We live the Indian way. So uh, what we eat, how we dress up, where we go, what we talk, how we talk, respect to, respect for elders and all that stuff, the whole culture.
Mm.
And second, I would say I'm pretty religious, so puja, attending festivals, belief in God.
Okay.
Okay.
Tanya, carry on.
So that's very insightful. Do you have any plans to shift back to India permanently?
I would love to. Yeah.
No, but are you planning to?
No. No, it's kind of, I would love to, but my wife is a little asthmatic. And so even if we want, there would be, she may face some problems there. So yeah, no, I love India, but my wife is part of me. I would not be able to live without her.
How sweet.
But
Sweetest
yeah,
thing.
we'll maintain our house there, and we would stay there as much as possible. Yeah, for sure.
How about you, Anilji? Do you plan to move back to India permanently?
Well, the heart will always be in India, so that will be there. But moving back to India, I've never seriously thought about it.
Okay, so if given a choice, that would you rather be born in US or would you rather opt for the same route of being born here in India and then going to the US?
That I would say the latter part, because born in India, you learn the respect, you learn the culture, and you learn how to live. That's what we say is the right way. I think born in India, get all the everything from India that we have learned, and maybe then emigrate to US. The time when we immigrated to US, that time was very different, because in India it was like a salary of 2,500 rupees or 3,000 rupees you used to get, right? And compared to that, what you made at that time also was a big difference. Plus, it was a different life in India. So now it's very, very similar. A lot of things, well, I think it's more in India than what you have here that has happened with all the changes that have gone. So moving back to India now is I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's easier than what it was before.
How about you, Vivekji? Do you think, given a chance in the next life, would you be rather born in Canada or would you opt for the same route, being born in India and then moving there?
Born in India and stay in India. India is India.
Yeah,
India is
India.
India. There are definitely lots of positives in India. It's a beautiful place, beautiful people. Everything is there. Everything originated from there, I would say.
Yeah.
Then dissipated to other places. So anything you invent in India, gets registered here and says, "Oh, it was done here." That's not the case. The best of the people are there. The best of the things are there. Best of architecture, design, technology, the brain, basically, what creates it is there. But then its application, finally, is somehow not everybody gets a chance to apply that. So if somehow we are able to get those opportunities there, wherein whatever is developed, what the thoughts are, they get implemented, and applications are developed based on that. That is great. I strive for it.
So I'll ask the next question to you, Vivek. When was the last time you visited DPS?
It was 7-8 months back.
How about you, Anil?
I've been to last time I went to Delhi was in last September. And DPS, inside DPS, it's been a while. I don't think I've gone inside DPS for a while. From outside, yes, we see it a lot, but inside DPS I haven't been for years.
Okay.
Last time I did go there, I did see that big board that they have where they all have all the names of the guys who have been head boys or games captains. So I did find my name somewhere. But it's a huge, I don't know whether they have it now or not, because it's been years that they've been trying to maintain it. The whole wall was filled with it. So that's the thing I remember there when I went there.
Okay, so my last question, I'll start with you, Anil, this one. What would be your message for the DPS alumni community?
I think the message is you guys doing a great job. Please keep it active the way it is. Keep meeting. There is WhatsApp has done a great job in getting folks together. So my whole thing is please keep the good work that's going on by all the alumni to keep the whole schools like as a family active. That's what I would say.
Perfect. And what would be your message, Vivek?
Yeah, let's stay together. This initiative, this great initiative has been taken, and people have started interacting. I would say let's encourage it further, and let's be one, stand by each other, and keep in touch.
Perfect. So thank you so much. I just wanted to inform you all, both the winner as well as the runner-up, on their behalf, we would be sending flowers to anybody in India. I would request both of you, Vivek as well as Anil, to email us the address where you want us to send the flowers. And with this, we come to an end of this section. We will now have an open house session.
1982 batch, DPS Mathura Road, currently living in Moscow, Russia.
Hi, 76 batch, DPS Mathura Road. Current location is Gurgaon.
I'm really glad to be here. First thing, Rajiv has been putting up the information about this program, but I also do some Zoom programs, so they kind of clash. So very glad to be here. Listen to everyone. Thank you for your perspectives. My name is Anita Nahal. I'm 1975 batch, DPS Mathura Road, and I currently live in Maryland, US.
My name is Ranjan Singh. I'm from the 1989 batch, DPS Mathura Road. And I used to live in the hostel. I now live in Summit, New Jersey in the United States. And there are at least two people I recognize. I'm sure they won't recognize me because I was very young at that time. Anil Khatri and Debanga Deka, they were in the hostel as well, and I have very fond memories of knowing them. Anil and Debanga both left the hostel within 2 years of me joining, so I'm sure they won't recall me. I certainly didn't look like this at that time.
Hi everyone, I'm Ankita. I'm Anil's older daughter.
And I'm Anya, the younger daughter.
Yeah, and we just tuned in so we could see what our dad has to say.
Okay, that's so sweet of you both to take time out and come. In his introduction also, he spoke a lot about you guys. One of you is into dancing is all I know.
Yeah.
That's the younger one.
Yeah, my younger sister, she's a very talented dancer.
Thank you so much, Ankita. It's so nice to see you here.
I was from the 76 batch. That's Rajiv Soni's batch.
Okay.
And, it's actually a great initiative. That's what I was telling Rajiv some time back on, this chat show. I said, it's actually a great initiative taken by him and by you all. And you actually try and bond students of the school, which is also a very good thing. Because, I think along the way, DPS with so many other DPSs coming in, lost most of its identity. But I presume, these kind of shows really, breaks the school back together. And, there are a lot more things that also you can do. Anil is actually my brother.
Yes.
He passed out in 81, if I'm not mistaken. 81.
82.
82.
You're from 77. I'm from 82.
No, 76.
No,
76 and
76.
82.
Okay.
And my wife served for a year in DPS in 82.
Yeah, we were together for 1 year. But that helped a lot because
for 1 year before she actually joined the rival school.
All dip sites, the whole alumni, if we can join together and create that kind of a platform wherein we encourage the guys there in India or young Indians to make the best of the things there.
Anil Khatri,
yes, sir.
Please tell us one incident in the hostel life that you still remember very well.
I tell them about one before. I won't repeat it because few of us already know about that, the Shankaracharya one that we did. But this one is going out of school to eat out was common, right? On the weekends, especially, we would just bunk and go. So one night we'd gone to Pandara to eat food, and Mr. A.V.R. Rao, he was our warden. He caught us. Well, he didn't catch us, but he came at around at night, and he didn't find us. So of course you're in trouble. So now, when next day we were called, actually it was there's 3 of us who had gone to Pandara, but there were 4 more who were out of the hostel that night. So it was like 7 of us. We were caught, and then of course you can't tell where you went. So we just said that, we just went close by and we came back. But he kept a tab at what time we came back at night. So we came back around 1 a.m. or something, but he kept a tab. So of course the next thing is what you put on a yellow card. And I remember our head boy that time was Gaurav Goyal. And so the first thing that happens when you get a yellow card is you got to go and stand in front of the assembly, right? All 7 of us. And that happens for the whole week. So first of all, we were shown the yellow card because we were all the guys who were there were quite okay. We were shown the yellow card, and that scared us, right? Because getting a yellow card, you'll go to house, everyone will know, your name will be announced for getting it, and then for that whole week, luckily we didn't get it, but it was a tough time for those 7 of us. All 7 of us used to stay like we were like brothers. 2, 3 of them we hardly knew, but now we all became brothers because we didn't want that yellow card, and we went all throughout, and I don't know how many letters we wrote to get out of it, and in the end they left us. But that was a tough one that happened, and bunked out of school just to go and eat out to Pandara, and we got caught.
Vivek, by the way, you have a very good compliment from Anita ji. She says you are a very wise man. Happy wife, happy husband.
Thank you, Anita ji. Really appreciate.
I was wanting to respond to Vivek ji when he was talking about as to how there are so many opportunities in India, and how we are pretty high up on the ladder in terms of innovations and inventions, but when it comes to the practicality part of it, we get left far behind. So I thought I'll share it with him, and in this forum, is that the 4th initiative is also being put in place. The first one is the collaborative singing. Second one is Alma Talks, of which this is a part. The third is Career Connect, where we are inviting people at the helm of affairs in their careers to come and share their journeys. That will be starting, I think, from the 10th of this month. And the 4th one is Entrepreneurs Club, which I am requesting young, say, DPS alumnus Niti Virmani. She's in South Korea, and her job entails, mentoring, setting up, people's entrepreneurial dreams. So I've had a long chat with her, and we're going to be and requesting more people to join in as mentors, as people to give like suggestion, lend a helping hand. So I don't know, some of you guys who are in the US probably understand this much quicker and much faster, US and other countries outside. So if you guys will be wanting to join in the club, please do let us know. It will take about another week, 10 days before that comes out. And then we'll be looking for people who have ideas, who have, some say projects, some thoughts, some projects which have gone up to. So let's see how it takes off, from there. I wanted to share that on this particular forum.
Yeah, very interesting, very encouraging. Yeah, I'd like to be a part of it.
Please always keep us in the loop. We would love to be part of it.
Yeah.
I have a surprise guest right now. I got my mama. Since everybody was saying they remember her, I asked her to join. She'd like to say
Anil?
hi to everybody. Let's see who remembers.
Should I switch it on?
Hello, Anil sir. Hello, Vivek sir.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine. It's really I wasn't here on the camera, but I was behind the camera and listening to the whole conversation. It was I'll see the recording. I wanted to see the faces and say a big hi, and God bless the families.
Thank you. But
so, Anil, do you remember us?
Well, I do. I think I heard the name before.
That's nice.
I'm not sure whether you remember us.
I was in the 84 batch, and you would be knowing a lot of hostlers.
Yes.
82 batch was my brother. And do you remember your teachers? The physics teacher, the maths teacher.
Math, I think, was Patak.
Hello, Mr. Dekar.
Yeah, hi.
So I had the great privilege of being in the school for the next 27 years also. And at the same school for the last 27 years as a geography teacher.
As geography teacher, very good.
So when they were taking your interview about the room number, my mind was on the digits. Okay, it's 103, it's 107. And I wish I could just hear you.
Yeah, the geography teacher I really liked was Mr. Rampal Singh Fantush.
Yes, he was a wonderful person.
Yes.
And
a walking encyclopedia, I would say.
Yes, his cupboards were full of beautifully catalogued things he used to collect. It was really a wonderful person, exceptional person.
I and there was one more guy from my class. We collected most of the materials for him. We were sitting and cutting those newspapers he used to bring and then paste them into, folders.
Yeah, he used to take us to the Bonvita quiz contest and train us all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sanjay Chug used to be there. Sanjay Chug, I don't know whether
Dr. Sanjay Chug, he's one of the leading practitioners in Delhi.
I was just overhearing about the website that you have made for the alumni. I think what we basically need are more social platforms where you could actually get them all together. And it's always good that we have certain kind of initiatives like this, and maybe an initiative in which we could give something back to the school in terms of you see, like modern has this principle in which is an excellent concept. What they do is that they they actually say after 15 or 20 years that a teacher retires, they give them a nice booklet which has the name of, say, the best doctor or the best hospital where they could go in, and or say, like, a good lawyer that they could visit, and all that is done by Modernites, and it's all free. So some kind of an initiative like that, giving back to the school and back to the teachers who actually taught us at that stage, would be a good step forward.
We are just about at the fag end. So I wanted to first of all thank all of you for joining in. Thank you, Anilji. Thank you, Vivek, for taking time out and talking to us. It's been wonderful to know about your incredible journey. I'm sure it will inspire many websites. I also take this opportunity to thank all our participating viewers. You all should stay safe, and thank you and good night. Namaskar.
I'd only say thank you so much. It's so nice to connect with you over here. And every time I see Decca joining or somebody joining, and it's so wonderful and encouraging to see, yes, our seniors are joining and they're viewing. It's wonderful to connect you with you all. Thank you so much for your time.
I actually wanted to say that, Rajiv was saying that he puts up the alumni meeting information on the alumni Facebook. And I really want to applaud his efforts because of his repeated posts, which I see, and sometimes because of my own conflicts I have missed. I wanted to especially thank Rajiv for his efforts in continuing to post. And he's right, the algorithm of Facebook prevents more people from seeing, but I definitely want to be part of this. If in the United States I can bring the DPS alumni here together, please feel free to tell me. Thank you for your efforts.
We also have great compliments from Ranjan Singh. So thank you, Ranjan, for your comments. And basis all this, we would now close it. Thank you all. Good night and have a great day ahead.